they call her a female narc and shit, saying you're that person that abuses, the person makes them feel less than themselves. Wow.
I wonder why she gets so much backlash for that, because she's not the first person to kind of take that kind of avenue. I mean, you have your Simon Cowells, your Gordon Ramsay,
that one chick who the dance coach for them little girls and shit.
Right.
She got a lot of shit in her girl too.
They're mean as shit. People are critical about what they, and they say some pretty foul shit, and they will demoralize your whole. You think, so you think you a singer? I don't know who told you that, but they lied to you. And that's just after they said, I'm singing this song for my grandfather who just passed away, and he's like, you should never come on stage again.
She's connected to Grant Cardone somehow. You know who Grant Cardone is, right?
Elon Musk doesn't own a home. Steve Jobs had one house. Warren Buffett's owned one home. Bill Gates has one home. And this is not how any of them, by the way, talk about how they got rich. What you should do right now is go out and build a business, a career, and build your relationship. Not pick out freaking sofas and bull for the walls and your little welcome mat that says John and Jenny live here and we are happy. On the startup, you probably shouldn't even do the damn relationship. You already go get your damn life together, then worry about where you're going to get your ass from, and then put two asses together that have both worked on their net worth and their businesses. And then rather than buying a house together, go buy some assets that protect you and your family and your kids and that pay you while you sleep.
Bam. That's the key.
These are all financial coaches. You know what I mean? Like, people just, you know how it is. The internet with this whole, fire your boss situation. Everybody's got to be on the road to financial freedom, which is nothing wrong with that. But people are super upset because they feel like the whole buzz phrase, generational wealth, she can use that to exploit Black people, because Black people typically have been iced out of generational wealth. Right. So they're like, you're exploiting that. I'm not even going to front and pretend I'm super familiar with her history, but I do know that I might have seen, say, 20 posts today on TikTok, at least 16, 17 of them were about her and how people are like done with her.
That's right. Behind every successful woman, there's a pack of females. That's right. That's right.
Really quickly, what's wild to me about this video is that we've started to agree that referring to women as females is dehumanizing and is degrading, usually used derogatory as a stand-in for bitches. And what she's done here is she's completely closed that gap and had them co-sign it, affirm it. In the same breath, she says she's a successful woman. She calls them a pack of females. A pack, meaning dog. Female dog, meaning bitch. She calls them a pack of bitches and has them affirm it. This is a cult. This is the first and likely the last video I'll make about this, because know that she is relying on her videos going viral to recruit more people into this MLM cult. It's wide-scale financial abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual abuse. It's all of that. It's a cult. This is not some funny shade room shit. These are real humans. So whatever energy you send to this situation, will that energy is used to get these women to safety and freedom, because this is not okay.
You do not need no trainer to lose your first 40, 50 pounds.
She loud and hella fucking wrong. Reason being, she had a BBL. She sells that stupid ass tea. She's talking about you just need to detox because you got too much shit in your stomach. This is a public service announcement. Your liver and kidneys detox for you 24/7. So that whole thing that you got too much shit in your stomach, that's just because you don't have consistent bowel movements. If you have consistent bowel movements, you probably have 2 to 3 a day. Me, I'm probably on the 4 spectrum, but it's okay. All I know is this: stop taking advice from all these people who are influencers who don't know shit about shit. Her son is a trainer. And a lot of times when people are on their weight loss journey, they need that accountability. They need that consistency. So don't let nobody try to punk you into thinking you don't need a trainer to lose your first 40, 50 pounds. Because sometimes it'll take that trainer to help you lose your first 40, 50 pounds, and then you can continue to lose the weight on your own. That's my rant for the day. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend.
So,
wow.
Yeah, okay. So I looked up, first of all, this all her coming as being a scammer is making its headline because of they finding out that they paid her $10,000. So they're calling her a scammer because they said, I'm not paying you $10,000 to talk down on me. First of all, if you don't know why you're paying somebody $10,000, that's you. Because obviously those women knew what they were signing up for when they gave her $10,000. They were expecting Stormy to be Stormy, right? The second part is that apparently she was upset that Blackout Tuesday, she lost $100,000 in sales for Blackout Tuesday.
Or being tricked out your spot. You silenced yourself. Therefore, no one saw your business. You probably lost 50, 60, 70% of your sales today. So busy trying to be a follower. Your business today suffered. I know it did, because my business today suffered. Okay, we stand for social justice. We stand for equality. We stand to eradicate racism. I do not stand to lose my business. I do not stand for my sales to be declined. I do not stand to fall short of my goals. So y'all can play, but tomorrow I ain't playing. Tomorrow I go even harder. Now I gotta make up for the $100,000 I lost today while y'all wanna black out. You know what? I'm back in. I'm done with the blackout. Tomorrow, I goes harder. No holds barred. I ain't holding back. I don't even want to go to sleep today because I feel like I got to make it for the 24 hours that I lost today. So y'all could be asleep if y'all want.
I guess when there was that whole we're not going to pay corporations or we're not going to spend money also meant that people weren't spending money with Black-owned businesses or coaches or whatever the case is. So she was just mentioning how that affected the Black community or the Black entrepreneurs from what I'm gathering. You know, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I'm looking at. But most of this is coming out as they're calling her a scammer just because they don't want to pay somebody $10,000 to talk greasy to them, you know. But like you said, that's you, right? And if you know that I'm the type of person who's going to be Virgo critical on that ass, and you know that before spending $10,000, and I tell you, you spend $10,000 to be in my presence because you want to take my time, you want to be around me, and you want to take my presence, and $10,000 now, you know I ain't finna be nice to you. You pay me this 10, and you know what you're getting, and they still pay it. That's not a scam to me.
I hear what you mean.
Oh yeah, I forgot. And then the place where they were eating, wherever this was, what she says is everybody put your credit card in a basket or whatever. Everybody put their credit card, like in terms of who's going to pay for the meal. So everybody had to put their credit card in the basket, and whoever's credit card is picked out, that's the person who has to pay the meal. Somehow or another, her credit card got picked out. Stormy's credit card got picked out. Happening. So she had to pay for the meal and she was pissed. But I'm like, yeah, like,
So is that Leo North Node feeling like the rules don't apply to her? Like, yeah. Make it make sense, sweetie. This
why you put your credit card in?
She has Venus in Aries opposing Pluto in Libra.
Yeah. Girl.
Okay, so basically we about to have a full moon. We about to have a full moon that's like opposite her Pluto. You know what I mean? On her Venus or whatever. It's full moon in Aries coming up. What she got? You know what I'm saying? Like that's coming up.
What day exactly did this happen? Was it 2 days ago?
What when
like when that video happened?
It was like
that's
at the
what
top
I want to see. What was transiting when that happened?
Because I was thinking, depending. I mean, you know, because Mars is at 21 degrees of Gemini, and then it's saying that her Mercury is at 19 degrees and 51 minutes.
Oh, she's going through a Mars square, Mercury square.
Yep.
And a Uranus opposition, right?
Yep.
And I think it's exact. I didn't go all into that on TikTok. The video was short. People came. I was like, listen, I wasn't trying to like really go in depth like aspects and all. I was just talking about the basic shit that was jumping out at me. The Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Virgo just was enough. I was like, this bitch was born to be critical. And the crazy thing is, I don't even think she was being mean. I don't even think she was being mean. I think she was
I don't think it's
Virgo.
as mean as it could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been meaner.
The only thing I saw that would probably be mean was when she told the girl, you don't have no parents, you don't have nobody in your corner.
She said
that? She told her that on the boat.
Oh my God. Now that's fucked up.
Yeah, like you don't have nobody, basically.
I'm worried about your plate, goddammit. Because if I don't watch out for you, you have no mama and no motherfucking daddy. So if I don't look out for you and your auntie, who the fuck will look out for you? I agree. Fuck them. I'ma always.
They calling her a female narc. They call her a female narc and shit, saying you're that person that abuses, you know, the person makes them feel less than themselves, you know, but somehow or another they feel like you're a mentor or you're a savior, but really you're the abuser. You know, like I've just seen a lot of commentary about her today, and I'm like, wow.
I wonder why she gets so much backlash for that, because she's not the first person to kind of take that kind of avenue. I mean, you know, you have your Simon Cowells, your chef. Who's the chef guy? Why can't
Gordon
I
Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay. You know,
that one chick who dance coach for them little girls and shit.
Right.
She got a lot of
like
shit in her too.
They're mean as shit. People are critical about what they, you know, and they say some pretty foul shit, and they will demoralize your whole. You think, oh, so you think you a singer? I don't know who told you that, but they lied to you. You're like, and that's just after they said, I'm singing this song for my grandfather who just passed away, and he's like, you should never come on stage again. You know, you know what I mean? Like these things. Other people seem to be able to do that, and yes, they get backlash for it. And quite honestly, if Stormy just keeps going and doesn't stop for all that foolish, you know, for people in their feelings about how she's presenting herself, then she's no different than the rest of them. I don't see why she should lose her business and all that extra shit. I don't see them calling Simon Cowell. He's a scammer. Yeah, you don't want to go on American Idol, that scammer, because he's gonna sit there and say "fuck you" in your dreams.
Then don't go.
So if you knew this prior to going, then you know what you're signing up for, right or wrong.
Right.
So
and I don't think
whatever
any of
comes
these women,
of that,
went over there expecting her to be nice. That's my whole thing.
Right.
It would be one thing if she presents herself as totally Pisces and she's just like, oh, this is this, and then behind closed doors you find out reviews that she's down talking and cussing you out. Then yeah, maybe that might be a scam, because you're all like, whoa, I thought I was signing up for a very empathetic, sympathetic person. I didn't know behind closed doors you was gonna talk about my deceased parents. But she doesn't seem to give that. She doesn't seem to give that I'm going to be nice to you. So if you're going to her knowing she's not going to be nice, then that's
why
what
would you expect anything different than what you've been shown?
That's hilarious, though.
You know, and that's my take on it. Would I go to Stormy? No. I wouldn't do it. I got one that lives with me. One with Pluto and Uranus in Virgo. I don't need to go to her. I got my leg up my ass already. You know? And it makes me a better person. I'm not going to say that it doesn't help. It absolutely does. But I know what I'm signing up for. So I see that those women signed up for it. She wanted to be talked like that. She wanted that kind of instruction, you know. But I
don't know. I don't see myself talking to people like that out of nowhere. Even though I am mean. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like fighting online. No, I'm mean, but I'm not just. I don't know.
That's not.
I don't do it unless it's warranted. I don't know, like, because I have my own set of Virgo energy, so it's like I don't find that what she said was mean necessarily, but I do find it hypocritical, because if you want to talk about low vibrational, all that food was low vibrational. Like, keep it above. Like, and it doesn't matter because you had less in my eyes, because it's all the same. I do get what she was saying as far as like accepting what people give you, but I just don't feel like that was a good example.
She could have presented it differently, which I think is that opposition with the way she talks, and Mercury opposing the Mars and Jupiter and Saturn, all in Virgo. How you present it to someone makes a big difference in what you're saying. Like, the whole message could be lost just by the way that you said it. You know, now she could have came at her and said, why do you have all that on your plate? You know, well, they just threw it on there. Well, I'm going to tell you something about accepting what people give you. Different approach. Same analogy. But yeah, like I said, Mercury in Pisces is message loss. Message loss.
You talking to two Mercury in Pisces right now.
Mercury.
Retrograde at that.
Mercury in Pisces opposite Jupiter is big message lost. Big message lost. You know what I'm saying?
Big message lost. The message was
like
lost.
we was using the GPS. You ain't nowhere on the road. You not in the city. You not in the vicinity. None of that. You just off. Just off.
And can you imagine being Mercury in Pisces? I mean, you know, obviously being squared by Mars and Gemini right now, natally opposed by Mars and Jupiter in Virgo. Can you imagine just everybody on the internet is calling you mean-spirited? They're calling you narcissist. They're saying you were trying to make this woman feel you were trying to shrink her sense of self and destroy her publicly, and you sitting there like, no.
You're probably thinking like, I'm just trying to help. Like, no, you asked me for help. Did you not?
The fuck? That shit, oh my God.
What I said. That's what it said, but that's not what I meant.
Oh man,
lost in fucking translation.
Yeah, lost in translation. And you know, it comes from the other end. There's a lot involved in that, in people's messages being lost, because on the same token, those that appear to be empathetic and sympathetic are the real scammers. You know, think about what you know, the ones who are projecting this love and life, and I'm gonna help build you, and come to find out them motherfuckers is scamming the hell out of you behind the scenes. But you can't imagine that could be possible because they're so sweet and so nice, and they're so
I'm using my chart wrong. Shit,
you know?
Maybe I should be a scammer.
Erica, that was funny.
I'm using my chart wrong.
Shit, I'm the one that be getting scammed sometime. Like, God damn it.
Preach.
Hey, come to me. Pay me $200 an hour. I will have your husband come back to you.
Right. Call me now. It's all back again.
Cash App me $500. I'm gonna send you 5,000 back. Like, I don't know, man. I just can't do no shit like that, man. Like, oh my God.
I prefer the upfront, though. To be honest, I prefer people being their natural ass so that I can decide whether or not that's for me. I don't prefer the person who wants to appeal to my sympathies so that they can get me and then switch it up on me later. You know, I know that if I'm looking at a Stormy and I see that behavior, I can decide up front if that's the type of person that I want to deal with. I'm not being tricked or deceived later, finding out that, damn, this person is mean-spirited according to my emotions. You know what I mean? That I find that out later. I find that I run into more problems with the person who appears to be nice and gentle, and I'm gonna help you, and they're slowly bleeding my bank account out, and then they come out on the screen talking about, well, I don't understand how they felt this way. All I was trying to do was bring them into enlightenment. They're just not meditating right. You know, some bullshit that makes it all my fault to feel guilty and then get attacked because the people who see this individual will say, how could you say mean things about them? They always present themselves as being so kind and nice and open-hearted and generous and giving, not knowing that their hidden self is the true mean-spirited person. Really, it's balance, but you know, that's you gotta have both sides of the field. But
she picked the right one. She picked the right one though, with that Virgo stellium or whatever opposite that Sun in Pisces and that Mercury in Pisces. Because somebody else would have been like, honey, do you know how many hormones there are in chicken? Do you know it only takes 90 days to make a chicken? They're mass manufacturing these chickens, and they're all in one coop, and they're walking around all day in their feces all day. And you got corn. You know what corn does to the digestive system? Bitch, don't tell me my plate is low vibrational. She come across the right one. She come across the right one day. Because look, I got the progressed Sun and Venus in Virgo now. You know what I mean? I'm Sun and Venus in Cancer natally, but it's progressed in the Virgo. So I got that criticism right back for your ass. Don't tell me my plate is low vibrational, bitch. I'll tell you what's low vibrational. You telling people that they could pay $10,000 to sit at your feet like you studied at Harvard Business School, bitch, and you came out of the hood. You winging it. Okay? Don't come for me.
And that's exactly the point right there, though. The people who saying they wouldn't fuck with Stormy because you know how she is, you ain't fucking with her.
Yeah.
To
I
me,
wouldn't
that's
even
some
got in the door because I asked too many
presentation
questions.
to me.
Why?
Because I wouldn't be there, And I know that I would be the person to say something back. I'd be like, what, we got 2 different chicken breeds on this plate. Tell me what the difference is between my chicken and your chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have to be like, you're going to have to clarify what you mean by this. So yes, she's got the right ones. She has the ones who don't know that lesson.
Yeah.
Who gonna get that lesson fucking with her.
I don't think that would fly with me either.
We don't need that lesson. That's why
I'm progressed sign of Aries. You're not finna tell me shit about my plate when yours looks exactly the same, bitch.
We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't do it.
I would have picked up on that right away, yes.
Stormy ain't for us. Stormy was for her. Stormy was
First of all, you gotta select your name better. Your name, that's why you have all of that confusion. Like, that's your name? Like, the other Stormy, what's her name? Stormy Daniels? Wasn't she like a...
with Trump. Yeah, the scandal with Trump.
Right. Like, you gotta pick your name better than that. Like,
is that her real name?
If it isn't, she's running with it. That's the name now that she's gained the notoriety off of. And Stormy to me sounds tumultuous. It sounds like, oh, you got drama? Yeah, your name is Stormy. Like
it's Aquarius. It's Aquarius. Storm Saturn is Aquarius. So she's
and her south node
in there.
That's her south node in Aquarius. That's
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Astro Ladies Roundtable, where we discuss astrology and spirituality in practical ways using everyday real life examples. This talk on Coach Stormy and everything going on with her chart is just a preview of more to come, where we discuss other people of note. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when we post new content. Thank you for being a fabulous audience. We appreciate you. Peace.